What's up everybody, Net Alliance back. This is going to be the final video in my old office. As you guys can see, this is where I had my closet. Over here is where I had all my extra stuff. My desk was in that corner right there. I had all my little knickknacks up here. And of course my lightsaber wall was right here. I'm actually going to keep these here for the people who move in after us. But pretty much, if you guys haven't been following me recently, I moved. And so now I have a new studio I'm currently setting up in my new house. I probably have like a massive echo into this video, so I apologize for that. Yeah, so it's weird. This is like where Net Alliance started, you know? This was the place where it all began. And now it's time to take the next step. And that's kind of what this is about, you know? Coming back here, well, cleaning up some stuff, of course, getting some old things in mind, and just saying like so long to the old Net Alliance, and hello to the new Net Alliance coming out very, very soon. So hope you guys remain subscribed. Thank you guys for being awesome. We had a good 3 years in this office, so let's go for another 3 years in the new office, or maybe more than 3 years. I guess we'll see how it goes. So, and remember to always be the best, and also, just like this thing says, Net Alliance, subscribe on YouTube. Woo! What's up, Net Soldiers? I'm Net Alliance, and welcome back to the very last video of this studio. If you guys don't know, I've been working on a lot of stuff in my personal life besides just being a father and working. I'm moving into a new house, so I've been putting a lot of my energy, my effort into redoing my kitchen slash living room, redoing the office. I might sound like I'm like very, very tired, and the reason is because I woke up really early to record this. Like I said, I gotta go back to the house and keep working on some stuff because we're moving in the next couple of days. In fact, by the time this video goes up, I'll actually probably already be moved in. So I just wanted to say thank you guys for sticking around and waiting for Net Alliance to come back. I've been very, very busy in my real life, and so that's where I've been. And I decided to do one final AskNET. Might as well go out with a bang before moving to the new studio and continuing from there. So that's what we're doing, hashtag AskNET. Now I'll be doing more of these in the future as well, so make sure to keep an eye out for those. Just make sure to watch my community tab every so often. I probably post like almost once every day, so you can check it out, see different votes and stuff like that. But yeah, I guess with all that said, let's jump into the video. Okay, so this first question is probably the biggest question I get every day. And it is, will you be planning on doing more fan fiction videos in the future? And what is the status on your What If Order 66 Failed series? Okay, so pretty much, if you guys didn't know, some of you newer guys might not know about this, but I had like my own series that I would do for my fan fiction videos. They were called Net Theories. And I would release one every single week, and eventually got to the point where I was making this series that would kind of be like chronological and keep on going. And I got halfway done with it, and then I had my daughter, and so I didn't have a chance to really have enough time to produce as much time as that takes. So, because with that one I have to first off think of the idea for the certain episode, then script it, then record it, then edit it, then put it all together, and of course render it and then upload it. And it takes a lot of time to do that, especially when I'm doing different voices and getting different clips and stuff like that. And with a newborn, it's impossible to even do that. As far as bringing back the series, I don't want to say yes because I don't want to make promises I can't keep. I've done that a lot in the past where I was like, oh yeah, I could totally do that. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'll definitely bring that back. I'll definitely do this or that. And it kind of ends up with me making false promises, and I really try not to do that. So I'm gonna try to not do that again, and I don't know, we'll see. With the new studio and the new house, I'm gonna be trying to kind of release like Net Alliance 3.0, I guess you could say. I've already done a 2.0 in the past, now 3.0, you know, like the new Net Alliance videos, especially with episode 9 coming out soon with Star Wars. I'm gonna be really pushing out more Star Wars content. So it's possible I might one day just wake up and go, you know what? I want to continue the series, or I might want to do more fanfics slash theories. I might want to keep doing that, but I don't want to say I'm going to do it if I don't know if I'm actually going to do it. But I guess you guys will know as soon as I decide if I'm going to do it or not. You guys will know too. Next question comes from Battlefront Boss 12, and he says, "Do you think that Porgs and BB-8 were just created for merchandise sales? And are you hyped to stream Jedi Fallen Order?" I'm not gonna get my hopes up when it comes to Star Wars games. Battlefront 1 and 2, I get it, a lot of people really like them, and I heard that Battlefront 2 has definitely gotten improved since it came out, but I'm not gonna get overhyped for it. I think this is another reason why I've kind of pulled away from doing more Star Wars content, is because I'm kind of fatigued over it. I'm kind of tired of getting, you know, getting hyped and then getting let down by what's actually being presented. So I'm really hoping it doesn't continue like that. I feel like Fallen Order is going to be the beginning of the change, where we're going to start seeing good Star Wars content. And I'm hoping for it, because Star Wars needs some good stuff, and in my opinion, it doesn't really have many good things. And I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see. Now, as far as the Porgs and BB-8 thing, yes, they were made for merchandise. 100%. They were made for merchandise. Not that I don't like them, but they were made to sell toys. So, yeah. Next one's from Joe Henry Ortega, and he says, "How has being a dad changed you personally? Do you miss anything before you were a parent, and if so, what?" So, how have I been changed personally? I lost a lot of my ability to, I lost a lot of my extra energy, I should say. Being a dad is the greatest thing ever, but it's also very, I don't want to say tough, because it's not hard to be a parent. You know, you just got to be, a parent. Now, with that said, I'm not saying it's the easiest thing in the world, but so far I've had a pretty easy situation with it as far as the parenting part goes. But when it comes to balancing a full-time job, parenting, preparing a new house, and doing YouTube, it just, one of them has to go. and sleeping, can't forget sleeping. And I lost that extra energy that I normally would have, because it's spent taking care of the baby. So that's the sad part about it. That's one of the biggest reasons, if not the biggest reason, why I haven't been producing videos on YouTube. It's because I just don't have the energy for it. And I'm hoping with this transition to the new house, once I have to stop putting so much energy into that, I'm hoping I can then transfer that energy that I'm using to do the stuff for the house into YouTube, and then everything will go back normal like it was before. And my daughter Isabel, she's now she's almost 7 months now, so we're almost there. At the point where, like, there's a difference. I said this before in a previous video, but there's a difference between a newborn and a baby. Babies are essentially just little humans. They have more personality. A newborn just kind of, I want food, cry. I have to sleep, cry. I poop myself, cry. You know, there's more to it than just that when it comes to babies. So it's gonna get easier as time goes on, and I'm really hoping by mid 2019 I can really just get back on the train and just keep producing videos, at least 5 a week or something like that. But baby steps. Literally, baby steps. Next one's from Star Wars Nerd, and he says, "When was the first time you saw Star Wars?" Okay, so this one I answered a long time ago on like a past AskNET, like probably like a year and a half ago. But the first time I saw Star Wars, I think the first thing I've seen of Star Wars was actually episode 1, the very end where Qui-Gon dies from Darth Maul, and that was like on TV. One time I was out on vacation with my family, and they all fell asleep, so I was watching TV and I was about to pass out, and then like I came across the Phantom Menace on TV, and I'm like, what's this? And then I saw like these guys fight with lightsabers, and I'm like, whoa, this is awesome. And then it was just the very end. It was just when Qui-Gon died. Like I pretty much flipped the channel right when Qui-Gon got killed, and then I saw Obi-Wan and Maul start fighting, and Obi-Wan kills Maul, and I was like, this was so cool, I gotta see the rest of the film. And then that was kind of what like awakened my spirit, you know? And then I think I bought all the other ones on DVD and watched them. And then Revenge of the Sith, I either saw Revenge of the Sith first or I watched them before then. I don't remember actually which one it was. I know Revenge of the Sith is my favorite, not just because I think it's a good film, but I think it's also because it was like my movie, you know. That was my Star Wars movie. I used to actually have my hair grown out for Anakin Skywalker. In fact, when I did have my long hair, I'll post a picture. This was me at Halloween like 2 years ago with my long hair. Yeah, that was fun. And when I was a kid, I had my hair long because, you know, people would be like, "Hey, you look like Anakin Skywalker," and I'm like, "Thanks." You know what I mean? Like, that was the best compliment ever. But yeah. So I guess my first introduction would be the end of episode 1, but episode 3 is what really ignited the love for Star Wars I've had for years. Next one is from Aaron K, and he says, "Have you seen Avatar: The Last Airbender? And did you know that Dave Filoni directed 9 episodes of the first season?" I did not know that he directed that. That's a cool little fun fact. I haven't seen Avatar: The Last Airbender in years. That was actually on when I was a kid, and it was a good show. I was just never like pulled into it. Like, if I was flipping through the channels and there was nothing on, I'd turn Avatar on. Do you know what I mean? But it wasn't like my favorite show. It was a good one. I just never really took time to watch it. But one of these days I'll have to just turn it on and just watch the entire series, because I've heard that it's like an excellent series altogether. And then they also had The Legend of Korra that I haven't watched at all, but I heard that's good as well. Next one's from Katie Galgano, and she says, "How do you feel about Resistance, and how do you compare it to the Clone Wars and Rebels?" So, I don't care about Resistance at all. I'm sorry to say. I don't care about it. Like I said, Resistance is just another thing that Disney thinks that we want, but that personally I don't think I want at all. And I rather would have had the Clone Wars come back instead of that. Now, of course, Clone Wars is coming back, they said, on their streaming service. But, you know, that's what I would have preferred. Even if we would have just kept another season of Rebels instead. I don't know. Resistance is here, Rebels is here, and then Clone Wars is there. So that's my opinion. Next one we have from Fortnite Fan, and he says, "Why did you stop doing your theories versus hashtag AskNET?" Okay, so this was kind of a question that got brought up earlier, but I'll elaborate a little more. So specifically, why my theories and verses? So the reason why I stopped the theories and verses, mostly because verses wise, I felt like they weren't exactly the best content. There's like 3-minute videos where I just kind of give these really brief pros and cons. I just don't feel like they really held up over time. Now, people actually like the more fast-paced ones compared to some other YouTubers like Evan Nova and Antoine. Like they got good stuff too, but like their videos are described as more long-winded and more explanation onto stuff. And Janasari, he's actually one of the very first Star Wars Versus guys I've ever seen on YouTube. I used to watch him back in like 2012, so yeah, he's been around for a while. But I watch them, and while I enjoy their content, the truth is, like, when it comes to videos like me, I like to kind of not sit there for half an hour and indulge in all this content. Now, they go into backstories and all that good stuff, and the truth is, that's cool. You know, if you like that, that's awesome. But for me, personally, I wanted a versus that just kind of got to the bare bones of the whole thing, the whole meat and potatoes of the fight. You know what I mean? It gave you the pros, gave you the cons, gave you a little bit of personal opinion, and then it kind of just, boom, gave your answer. And then, of course, it explained the answer, and if you agreed with it, you could agree with it. If you didn't agree with it, you didn't have to agree with it. So that was kind of why I started my verses in the first place. But I'm thinking of bringing them back, making them a little bit more dynamic, and then we'll go from there. You know, so maybe. If you guys want to see more verses, let me know in the comments below. And if you want to see more theories, let me know in the comments below as well. And I explained my theory reason earlier, so I'm not going to go over that again. Next one comes from Tanner Productions, and he says, "What do you think of the Indiana Jones franchise?" You know, the funny thing about that is, one of my most requested videos I've gotten since the beginning of this channel has been, "Hey, can you rank Indiana Jones movies?" And I've probably gotten hundreds of requests to do this. The truth is, I just can't bring myself to truly just sit down and watch them. Not because I think that they're bad or because I don't like them. It's because, like, the content-wise, I don't know if it would be for me. I've seen the Indiana Jones movies. I've seen the fourth one, and I might have seen like the Temple of Doom when I was like a kid, and the truth is, it's just not my like type of, it's not my forte, you know what I mean? I get questions of people doing like, hey, can you do the Terminator movies or the Aliens and Predator movies? And the truth is, they're not my movies. They don't really grab me, you know? So I like to do videos on things that compel me and things that make me want to do videos on them, or a certain fan when it comes to these type of videos, and I'm not really a fan of it. So I mean, here's the thing. I'm gonna take a chance. I'm gonna watch the first one of the Indiana Jones, and if it's good to me and I like it, I'll watch the next one, and then I'll watch the one after that, and then I'll watch the fourth one, and then we'll see. Maybe I'll do a video on it. But for right now, I'm gonna say I'm not gonna do a video on it. Next one we have from Gary Jones, and he says, do you hear the news about a possible Obi-Wan series with Ewan? If so, how excited are you, and would you rather have that or a movie? So I want to preface this statement by saying that no matter what I get, as long as I'm getting Obi-Wan, I'm happy. So if it's a movie, if it's a TV show, if it's a comic book, I hope it's not a comic book, I hope it's more of a movie or TV show, but I don't know, as long as I'm getting more Obi-Wan Kenobi and more like, more era characters like that, I would be excited. I'm happy to hear that that's happening. I don't know if it's happening, I guess it's a rumor right now, but it's like a semi-confirmed rumor. Like, it's not double confirmed, it's just like single confirmed so far, so it's not like sealed or anything like that. But whatever the case, I'm happy that I'm getting this. Now, if I had to choose between a TV show or a movie, I'd probably choose the movie. TV show is cool, but a lot of the times when shows try to focus on a character, they have too much filler. And I feel like I don't want to see Obi-Wan get messed around by a show that is just filler. So while a TV show can go into more depth with the character, and we can stick with this character for years, because there's a lot of time in between episode 3 and episode 4, I'd probably choose the movie just because it gets straight to the point, gives us our characters, we can see our character in action, we can do that type of stuff, and I think that'd be cool to see. So that's my opinion, of course. Next one we have from Rage Roadman. He says, what's the worst thing you did as a kid? What is the worst thing I did as a kid? Oh man, I don't know. I was a pretty good kid. I never did anything too bad. I never hurt anyone's feelings, or well, I might have hurt some people's feelings, but I never did anything to like specifically be malicious to anyone. I was always more of the guy who stopped the conflict in school. I was always like one of the bigger kids, so usually if something was going down, I would just walk in quick and stop it. Let's see. An example is one time when I was a senior, I was walking through the halls, and there were these two freshman kids like getting ready to fight, like had their fists in the air, like preparing to fight. And I was just like, I grabbed both their shirts and I was like, nope, and I just put them aside and I kept walking. And then they didn't fight then. They were just like, ooh, you know, you're not gonna pick a fight with a senior, you know, that type of thing. And I was just like, for your own good, guys, just stop. I just kept walking, and so that was a way that I solved conflict. One time there was this kid, his name was, I don't remember his name, but he was kind of a rough kid. I kind of felt bad for him in later years because of just because of his life and stuff. And one time he was choking my friend. Like my friend made a joke about him, and it was a funny joke. There was a bunch of other kids around. We all laughed, whatever, but we weren't laughing at him. We were laughing with him. Now, of course, he, being the type of guy he is, like jumped up and started choking my friend, and all the other kids just stood there and like were like laughing and stuff. And I was like, no, boo boo, you know. So I walk over, and of course at the time, this is like 8th grade, so like I said, I was ahead of my puberty, so I was bigger than all these kids at this time. So I just walked over, grabbed him, lifted him up, and then put him aside, and I was like, no, you know. So that was fun. Then he sat down and he was angry, but whatever, he didn't touch my friend. So that's what it's about. As far as bad things, like I said, I never really did anything bad. If I did, I maybe have to do an update video to this, because nothing's too bad. I guess I did some pretty mean stuff when I was a teenager to girls when I was back in the day. I wouldn't do it now because I'm a nice guy, but at the time, you know, in high school I was a good looking dude, and I would say I was a good looking dude. People might say I was good looking as well, and so I kind of used that as my advantage towards females. But I didn't really do that as a kid because, like I said, I was a kid, so I wasn't really, you know, doing that. So I don't know, maybe I have to do an update to this because I'm kind of rambling on this question. I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't a bad kid, so I didn't really ever do anything bad. I guess the worst thing I ever did was probably one time I pushed my friend on the asphalt and he fell and scratched his elbow, and then I pretended to fall and get hurt too, but I didn't actually get hurt. You know, it was something like that. It was just dumb, but yeah. Next one comes from Egghead, and he says, what is your earliest childhood memory of Star Wars? Oh, I think I did this one already. Earliest childhood memory was, I guess, when was the first time I saw Star Wars compared to my earliest childhood memory? So pretty much, like I said, I was sitting there watching the Darth Maul scene, but I specifically remember going to, I was in 5th grade. I went to episode 3 with my best friend, and oh, you know the friend I was talking about who got choked out earlier? Yeah, I went with him. I was with him, and I was with my girlfriend at the time. So that was fun. I remember we went to Burger King, and we got a Burger King crown for my friend, and then all 3 of us went and saw episode 3, and it was great. That was a great time. And for our last question comes from Forgiving Gamer 83, and he says, are you planning on bringing back the Versus theories or meme reaction videos? So this was a question that was kind of answered earlier and then brought back and then answered again, so I'm gonna go into the part that wasn't answered, and that is the meme videos. So the meme videos, they're fun to do. They're not actually like, they were never meant to be like main entrees for people to come and view my videos. I always use my theory videos and my Versus videos, and then like my Let's Talk Star Wars videos, pretty much. I use those as my main course. And then there were appetizer videos, which are kind of like the meme videos. They were never meant to be big or meant to be having people like send me meme videos every single day or stuff like that. Not that I don't like it, it's just, it was never meant to be as big as it got. And I don't know if I'm gonna do them or not. Me and Star Wars Tricks, we're always pretty cool. He's always like, hey, don't be afraid to use my videos. Cool with that, because the whole thing with it is while I'm using his videos to do my own reaction videos, I get a little bit of ad revenue from being able to do the reaction video. And then of course, people watching my reaction videos go to his channel and subscribe and watch his future videos, so then he gets ad revenue too. So either way, we both win from the situation, so that's why it's okay. That's why other like channels don't really mind me doing the reaction videos to that, because they get views from that, they get subscribers, and overall we both win from the situation. So that's why people don't usually try to stop me when I do it. I don't know if I'm going to continue it though. I'm going to see if I can try to not do more gimmicky stuff like that, because while the reaction videos are fun to do, they are kind of like a gimmick, and I don't want to just rely on gimmicks anymore with the Net Alliance 3.0, you know what I mean? But I guess we'll see. Maybe if I have enough people who want to see meme videos, let me know. If you guys want to see me do my meme reaction videos again, let me know in the comments below. Maybe I will continue doing it. I guess we'll see. Like I said, I got a lot of stuff going through my head, not just through YouTube, but I also have a lot of stuff going on in real life that is just really beating me up. Now, with all the questions answered, I kind of wanted to do a little personal segment of this video. Since it is my last video in this office, I decided why not. I just want to let you guys know, thank you guys for sticking around. Like honestly, from the deepest depths of my heart, 2018 was a very hard year for me personally. I don't let it show. I don't usually go too personal when it comes to things like this, but it was very, very rough for me. Transitioning into being a father, preparing my house to be moved into, building my house. You know, like there's a lot of stuff that working full time and not having the energy to do anything. It's really, really rough. And one of the best things is just being able to pop up a video like this, do a quick recording, talk to you guys, see you guys, you know, comment back, we talk to each other, and we have a good time, and we talk about stuff, and that's what it's about. You know, it's about keep on going. It's just like Rocky says, it's not about how hard you hit, it's about how hard you get hit and keep moving forward. And that's what it's about. 2018 hit me hard, but I'm gonna keep going forward, and we'll see what happens in 2019. I'm hoping everything is gonna really start kicking into gear, and I appreciate all you guys for sticking around. So, with that sentimental spot out of the way, thanks again for watching. Hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the new studio. Peace.